Hello and welcome to a new video in the R System series. In this video we will be discussing the attest structure, which can be accessed through this icon over here. Once you're in the attest structure, you'll notice two things. The first of all, this setup roles, and second of all, this AVV Rock Group Ltd. Now in any request, there's always an approval flow. And you can see with the cash statement, it starts with the general attester, it goes to the project manager and the finance accountant, etc. Those roles, like for example here, the finance accountant, are defined in this section, the setup roles. So if you ever need to add a specific type of role, not an attester or a specific attester, this is where you want to do it. So here you would put your abbreviation for it. So the finance accountant is something like FAC or something like that. And then here you put the description where you would say finance accountant. But we already have that, so we're not going to go ahead and add it. But you click this plus sign to add that role. Once you have added your role, you will notice a few checkboxes associated with it. And the X icon here is to remove it. Now those checkboxes decide if there is any additional information required for this role to be attested. For example, the information that comes with every role is the account area and the account number. But some specific roles, like the system owner, for example, here, requires that the user selects a system or a module. And this will be left up to your discretion when you decide the roles to decide what to use with it. The second part to this is this tree over here. This is a visualization of the company structure. And you can see here the projects by the account areas and the roles associated with each level. So when we clicked on 100, we can see here the organization path. We're at the top level, and we can see the roles defined at this level. This is coming from the setup role over here. And this tells me who the main attester is. The second part tells me who the alternate attester is. So let's say for account area 88, we want to add a role that is a finance accountant. We clicked on this add role, it gave us this empty slot, and it starts off as a general attester. So here we'll go ahead and select finance accountant, and we'll put the user ID as something and another. Let's say test. Now one thing to note, whenever you're updating this, whenever you're changing the role as we just did, you have to select this checkbox over here next to every role that you change, and you hit update selected. One thing that might happen when you have a lot of roles that you're making changes to at the same time, you'll notice some will take the change and some won't. That's just a glitch in the website's update. If you click update selected again without doing anything, it will refresh for you. If you're not noticing any bugs and don't know what I'm talking about, then don't worry about it. Now, one more thing I would like to mention is when you're defining the roles here, this role applies to anything that's on this level, since we put it here, and anything that's under it. That means if somebody starts a request and its account number is 80001, which is, you can see here on the path, is down here on the president of CHO, and it doesn't find the finance accountant role, it will go up to this level, to the CHO. If it doesn't find a finance accountant, it'll go up to this level, in which we defined a finance accountant here. That means everybody that starts a request under this level will automatically be attested by OAD and TSD for the finance accountant role. So if you wanted to create a generic role that applies to everything in the company, you would put it on this top level. If you wanted something to apply only for account area 88, you'll put it on this level. If you wanted something more specific, you can go down to as far as you want, and you can even go as far as a specific account number. That means only for this account number will this be attested by those two. Now the last thing to mention in the attesting structure part of this series is this show system roles. This is only if you're working, you remember what we mentioned here with the roles, you can have roles that require system and module. To kind of tidy up the visual aspect of this website, we hid all roles that are using the system. So if you want to see those roles, you have to click show system roles. And you'll see once we click that, we get all this additional data, which this is for roles that require system. I'm not sure if it exists anywhere else, but let's see if we can find anything. doesn't look like it. I think it's just on this top level. But you see what I'm talking about here. This IT system owner, it's using roles, it's using a system module, so it gets hidden when we uncheck this. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.